Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Seattle Online Broadcasters Association Community Meetup for February. I told Drew that every time we've come back from break, I have said that differently because it is a mouthful. And I think this is the first time that I have said the same thing twice, and then I stuttered at the beginning of it.
That's okay.
I appreciate that because you'd think that I'd be able to say that right because I've been saying it all night. For those of you in chat, you know, but I digress. Some days you the stick, some days you the mud. With that being said, I would like to give you the opportunity to introduce yourself to the people at home who may not know who you are.
Yeah, sure. Hi, everybody. Hi, Twitch. Hi, SOBA. Thank you for having me here.
Of course.
I'm actually Unicorn with the y00nic0rn Unicorn.
Okay, so now I know how you got Unicorn.
Yep.
And I'm going to have to make sure that because we're going to tag who you are there so that people can follow you there.
Okay.
So I have what feels like a very silly question.
Okay.
I am going to assume, just on intuition, that you are a fan of Pokemon.
Yes.
I don't know what caused me to think that. It's just a wild,
I wonder.
just wild intuition.
Yeah.
I need you to know before we get into the rest of the talk, you have impeccable taste.
Thank
because
you.
Team Valor is the I think Team Valor is the blue. Team Valor is the blue. I am a blue. I know that Blanche is my team leader.
Okay.
And I don't remember what the names are, but I know that blue is my team.
Okay.
And your hat has the crest of the blue team for Pokemon Go. So I need you to know you have excellent taste.
Thank you.
The yellow team are crayon eaters. And as a former military person, I can call them that. And the red team are all gym bros. So I think that covers all of my trash talking for the other two teams. But speaking of Pokemon, I know that you are here as a spectator for the VGC. How has that experience been for you so far?
It's been great, actually. Really short because I had a regular work hour today, and
I understand that completely.
had to fight through traffic of coming down I-5, and then I made it there. And then once I was there, it was just like the vibe, the banners, the Pikachu everywhere, and this all of these other trainers there just to either compete or the love of the game or the love of Pokemon. It's Pokemon Day today. Why not,
Pokemon
right?
Day
Like that's my purpose of dressing up today because I was like, you know what? I've never been to a regionals before. I've never been to a huge Pokemon event before, and they're gonna be coming here to Seattle. And I was like, oh, this is awesome.
I have a confession. First of all, thank you for the raid. Who was that just raided?
Raiders!
DJ Nick Styles, is that the raid? Thank you for the raid. I tremendously appreciate you. Thank you for the raid. I could have swore I locked that door. I apparently didn't, so that's my bad. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome. This is the Seattle Online Broadcasters Association Community Meetup for February. I'm your host, AlchemistJoker. I am joined by the effervescent Unicorn, and we're just talking about our VGC experience. And you were supposed to come to the event tonight, but you had to stream. Well, I won't hold it against you, but I will say thank you for trusting your community with us. I promise I'll be on my best behavior.
Yes.
I guess I'm really happy I didn't lock that door. Also, KP, I could have swore I locked the door. I apologize for the Raiders that are here. That's my bad, dog. I normally I lock the door, but I didn't check it this time. So, since you're here to kind of get to see the Seattle Regionals, which I think this is the first time they've been here in like 10 years or something like that.
Oh, wow.
I have a confession.
Okay.
I have compete in the Pokemon VGC on my bucket list. There are three different things I have on my bucket list in terms of like video game competitions. It is a Pokemon regional.
Okay.
It is a FGC tournament.
Okay.
And it is a first-person shooter tournament.
That's my area.
I have played. We'll come back to that in a moment. Then I have played in Guilty Gear Strive in its first year at DreamHack Dallas. I went 0-2, and I came there to play 2 games of Strive in a tournament.
Wow.
I played 2 games of Strive in a tournament. I was happy. Like, I got what I needed.
Yeah.
I still haven't done a Pokemon regional, and this was I was gonna try and do it when they were in Vancouver last year, but it just didn't line up. And then I wanted to do it this year, but my day job just kind of got in the way of that.
Oh yeah, of course.
If you would have competed this year, do you know who your team would have been?
So I would probably play Pokemon Go.
Okay.
That's what I'm mostly familiar with.
Okay,
And,
that's fair.
Besides from trading cards, I do run a club at work
Okay.
of over 200 members.
Holy smoke.
Yeah. We,
I imagine raids at your
all
job
over the
are
world,
easy.
International. We have trainers from everywhere, and they've been absolutely wonderful in our community. And I'm Mystic, actually.
So it's Team Mystic. It's blue.
Team Mystic.
Okay, so I said Valor. You realize I have a confidence monitor. I can
we're
see
on
when
camera.
you give me crap.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about
Yeah,
it. Guys.
we're on camera. I saw the look you gave me. I couldn't remember what it was called. Okay, just forgive me. I knew that my team is blue. I will, when we are done here, I will load Pokemon Go and show you that I am Team Mystic, so you can see that I'm not.
You don't have to prove anything.
Yes, I do.
You know what?
Because now that
as long as you play and have fun, that's all that matters.
that is true.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Pokemon?
Pikachu.
Okay. I have to ask because Pikachu is he is Pokemon. Like he's like at my day job, we jokingly refer to TPCI as Big Pikachu.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. What made Pikachu your favorite Pokemon?
Oh, so when I was introduced to Pokemon, not only from the Game Boy games and stuff like that, I never knew there was an animation until one of my friends told me about it.
Got you.
And so I watched my first episode. I saw Pikachu, but that didn't do it for me.
Okay.
So episode 2 came out, and you guys know about Caterpie.
Yes.
And that was my first time ever witnessing an animation with full-on emotion, with Caterpie tearing up and Misty not liking Caterpie. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then what happened with Pikachu and everything, it just went from there. And then I just grew towards Pikachu.
So that was pretty good. So I think to be fair, I will give you mine as well. My favorite Pokemon is Eevee. Because I always thought it was interesting to have a Pokemon that could be so many different things.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that I have regularly. I have a team on Pokemon Sword that is all evolutions. I named them all after Greek gods because I'm a nerd.
Oh.
So I have a Umbreon named Hades.
Okay.
I have a Leafeon named Persephone. I have a male Umbreon named Hades.
Okay.
I have a female Leafeon named Persephone. I have a male Flareon named Hephaestus. I have a male Jolteon named Zeus.
Yeah.
I have a female Sylveon named Aphrodite. And then I have just a regular Eevee who is named Hercules.
Hercules!
The reason he's named Hercules is because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to turn him into. And Greek gods there are no Greek gods. There was not a very well-known Greek god for ice. And I really, really wanted.
What about Poseidon?
I thought about that.
But Vaporeon.
Like I probably, you know what? When I go home, I'm gonna load up Pokemon Sword, and I'm gonna just go get. I'm gonna turn Hercules into Poseidon. I will rename him. No one will notice anything, and no one will be any the wiser. It's not like anyone's watching here, so no one will be able to say anything. Shh, you can see anything.
Yeah.
But one of the things I love most about Pokemon is something that started off because I was introduced to it through Pokemon Red and Blue. So like I started playing it like at the time that it came out. A lot of my friends were getting into it. It was a very, very popular thing.
Yeah.
And I started playing during the time where the internet wasn't quite as prevalent because I'm an old man. So like I remember trying to look for. I remember getting Missing No. I remember trying to find the Mew behind the truck, which doesn't exist. And I remember just my love of it growing from there. I remember when Pokemon Go came out, I was one of those people who almost walked into traffic trying to catch Pokemon.
Oh, no.
But one of the things that's most interesting is that my fiance is Swedish, so I've traveled to Sweden a couple times.
Oh, that's sweet.
And because I've been able to travel over there, I've been able to trade her American Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
And we've been able to have that experience of kind of really filling out each other's Pokedex.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things I love the most. For the ice, the Super Frost Giant, Ymir. Ymir's not a Greek god, but he is a god, which would... See, now I have competition. Because now I have to decide if I'm going to name him Ymir or make him a Vaporeon. Chat, here's what we're going to do. In chat, I want you to tell me, I want to see either Vaporeon or Glaceon. And I want to see how many, I want to see what's your vote is. Is your vote Vaporeon or is your vote Glaceon? And at the end of this, I will kind of sort of commit to evolving Hercules into one of those two. So you mentioned that you play Pokemon Go, so you would play Pokemon Go there.
Yeah.
What was, and then if you don't remember this is perfectly fine, but this is just a question of curiosity.
Yeah.
What was the first raid Pokemon you remember doing?
Oh gosh. Well, I don't remember the first initial raid, but
Okay.
how the group that I made at work was created was because I thought I was the only Pokemon Go player.
Okay.
One day I was walking around during break or lunch, I can't remember, and there's this nice little lake in the middle.
Okay.
And I just randomly saw across the way 2 guys going like this. And you know what that means, right, guys?
That's how you know
what that
if I see...
Oh, they're definitely not rating for like likes or things like, you know what I mean? So like I literally ran over there and I'm like, are you guys doing a raid? Are you guys doing a raid? And I forgot which Pokemon it was, and they're like, yeah. And I was like, you guys play Pokemon Go too? Yeah. And then friendship right then and there.
Instantaneous.
And now we were from 3 members all the way to like that 200. We off work and on. So I have my personal friends and then I have my work friends. So it's been so amazing. Like Pokemon has brought so many people together, and even on stream, like we have such a great Twitch community as well who also love the same things that you do, or you're gonna find some way of some category of someone that likes the same things that you do, and just you guys grow from there. So it's been absolutely wonderful. Like besides my regular day-to-day job, I have so many online friends that I haven't even met in real life yet. We've known each other since like AOL days, right?
Wow.
AOL days. Like we're talking way back. We've been friends for 20 plus years. And all of a sudden, like I was so lucky and grateful to be able to meet one of them because they had a work job over here. So we did that recently. I might make a video about that. But, cool. Just that communication and online friendship and relationship we're all about creating and just hanging out and loving everybody, you know what I mean? So, I mean, sometimes we get mad at each other when we get that wrong shot on FPS and like Valorant or something like that. Like, oh, you're supposed to put that wall there, like, oh.
So you mentioned that, and I'm going to get to FPS stuff because that's my thing. But I have to tell another kind of anecdotal story. So, the first video games I ever owned was The Legend of Zelda on NES and Castlevania 2: Simon's Quest.
I have never beat that game.
The localization was horrible, so beating that game was impossible because when it came out, there was no place to go to find out what that translation is supposed to mean. I had my cousin. See, I didn't have that. I was the only child, so I didn't have any of that stuff. But I ended up, as time went on, as I got older, I ended up being able to work at Pokemon. And
not
Pokemon, Nintendo. Worked at Nintendo.
Nintendo, okay.
Now, and working at Nintendo, you work with Pokemon a lot.
Yeah.
But I remember it was wild because I worked there in 2017. So I started at Nintendo week that the Switch launched. So it was very hectic and it was very, very busy.
Was it the Pokemon Bundle Switch thing?
No, this was the original, like when the Switch launched with just Breath of the Wild. Like it was that.
Wow.
And I learned so much stuff about the gaming industry, like things like attach rate, because that Breath of the Wild on Nintendo Switch in the beginning had an attach rate of 120%. Now, to explain what attach rate is, if you don't know, chat, attach rate is the number of people that have a particular game that they bought for a console, right? So a game that's bundled with a console will normally have a pretty high attach rate. Games that are not bundled with them but are launch titles may have pretty high attach rates. But a high attach rate for a game is normally like 40%. So when we got the information that Breath of the Wild had an 126% attach rate. Wow. I remember looking at someone and going, I need you to explain how there is 126% attach rate. Because I figured 100% would be the highest you can get. Well, it turns out people were buying Breath of the Wild, but they couldn't find Switches. So they would buy Breath of the Wild and buy accessories so that when they Switches came back in stock, they could buy it and just have the game and immediately start playing.
Oh, wow.
Which was wild.
Wow.
But the most interesting part about that is that Pokemon Go was still in its height at this time. And in front of Nintendo, at the Nintendo sign, is a gym. So people in Nintendo would regularly battle around that gym. It would change hands all the time.
Yeah.
So there was a Mewtwo raid. And I remember going out, because they would send out a blast on the, IM in Nintendo to go like, hey, there's a raid coming up in 30 minutes. Everyone should go outside.
It and time it right.
I went out to go do this raid. I think I had been working at Pokemon. I've been working at Nintendo. Crap, I keep saying Pokemon. I had been working at Nintendo for about 3 months, and I go out to go do the raid, and I'm standing around with a bunch of other people from finance, people from HR, people from Treehouse, all these other people.
Yep.
And then I turn around because someone was coming out of the door behind me, and I wanted to get out of the way, and it was Reggie Fils-Aimé, Nintendo. And he comes out, and I'm slightly awestruck because I've been a Nintendo fanboy since I was a kid. So to see Reggie come out, I'm like, what is going on?
Oh my gosh.
And he has a phone in each hand. And he has his kid's account.
Oh,
and he is doing the raid for both of them. So when you say that Pokemon brings people together, that was, in my mind, the best example of that.
Yeah,
Watching the president of Nintendo coming out to play Pokemon with employees and doing it for his kid was wild.
That is so amazing because, it just shows you that it doesn't matter what age or how long you've been a gamer or if you just started. I've had people join Pogo from scratch, day one, and they feel so intimidated. But then that's what when you meet other players, they just hey, what's your friendship code? Hey, let me give you a gift. Let me help you out. Let me do this and that, and you just stay friends like that for the longest time. And that's I love that so much, and that's. As far as my team goes, I was going to pick
I'm sorry, I completely...
Pikachu, Shiny Articuno.
Ooh, good choice.
Garchomp.
Garchomp's good.
Metagross.
Metagross is good.
Pichu.
Pichu's good.
And Salamence.
Salamence? That's a good team.
I got to have wings, too,
I dig that. That is
Someone
got
to take care of the skies.
Some gotta have that coverage for the skies. I completely realized that I asked you that and then trailed off and ended up on a whole different thing.
Yeah, while you were doing that, I was actually also listening
to you.
And then, okay, who's going to be on my team?
So, I'm happy you brought that up because there is one other thing that we brought up that we need to come back to. You mentioned first-person shooters.
Yeah.
I feel like that there is a different sense of community in first-person shooters.
You definitely got to have a strong mind.
What is that experience like for you in playing? You mentioned Valorant, so I would assume that is the game you play a lot.
That is the game I love right now.
What are some of the differences that jump out to you between having this 200-person strong Pokemon Go group and then loading into a Valorant lobby?
Honestly, I got to thank my mom for this, actually. She's the one who literally popped me out and had a gaming room, I kid you not, of an Atari and a Nintendo for me. And literally told me when I was at the age about to play and stuff like that, I would have to stay in that room. And she told me, if you want a new game, you have to beat the game. Show me the ending, and then I'll get you a new game. And so that gave me motivation, imagination, even had the running pad.
I remember the running pad.
The running pad.
For track and field?
I had Donkey Kong Jr. going on the road, and grabbing all my little fruits and stuff. But anyway, that helped me gather the mentality of how to handle situations and strategy. My mom got me a lot of strategizing games like Tetris and stuff. I love Tetris, by the way. Tetris is actually a really good game to play before you do a first-person shooter.
Really?
Because your movements and where you need to land your piece By the way, love Tetris if you're out there.
I had never considered that.
It goes
before.
faster,
Reflex
faster,
has-
right? So
that's-
it kind of helps you control your breathing, you just strategize. And that's all kind of like how first-person shooter is. So my very first-person shooter actually was Doom. But
That is an
I
excellent
didn't,
first
later
one.
down the road when I really got into like PC gaming and went away from console was actually from Counter-Strike. So I used to play hours and hours of Counter-Strike 1.6, and then from there, I actually had my own girl squad team and everything. We were called Twisted Ladies.
Dope. Shout out to Twisted Ladies.
And had my own server and everything, and I really miss Counter-Strike. But we used to always go to like a PC bong. You know what a PC bong
Yes,
is?
the PC cafes. Like
Yeah.
I know that in Korea, like South Korea, they have them a lot of places. There is kind of something similar here at GameWorks. It's not near as elaborate,
Oh, okay.
but they have a similar thing. There's an esports area that has a bunch of computers like that way.
Oh, that's cool.
But yes, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, we used to spend hours. Sometimes we spend the night there because it was our friend's place, and he would, it's a safe place too.
Right.
And we would play until the next morning. He'll come home, come over to the business, and you guys are still here playing. There was the Starcrafters, and then there was the Counter Strikers. Right? It was funny. It was great times. And again, when you play games though, and when you have voice comms and like proximity chat or whatever it is out there, like coming to Fortnite and all that stuff, it's like you're gonna hear things sometimes that you don't want to hear. You know what I mean? But it's your choice on how you react to it.
That is true.
Do you feed the negativity or do you just gain positivity out of it, right? So I always, in the beginning, when I first had my hands on, a lot of sexism, like a lot of like very rude comments would come through because when they hear a girl's voice, especially, they'll just be like, "Oh, it's a girl," blah blah blah, and go crazy and stuff, and then you start killing them. They're like, "Oh man, she's," they
just get real angry.
They just like try to talk you down and everything like that, and try to put you in your place. But you're just like, "Oh, okay, this is the first time you like a girl on top. Okay, gotcha." You know what I mean? You just gotta play the game or not. You know what I mean? But it's on how you play it and how you take it. And that's what makes the games. The purpose of before games got into competitions and stuff like that, for me, as a gamer growing up over time, it's like everyone forgets the fact that we used to bring our Nintendo to a friend's house, play games together. And then Mortal Kombat came out, right? Like, you know what I mean? We start beating up each other.
Like we're all friends until Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. Then the friendships.
Yeah, but then it's like you're still friends. You grow something out of that. And then the thing is, it's like competitions to me, they're great and all, but they also cause a lot of differences.
Yes.
Right? So everyone tends to forget the point. What are games about? Games were technically to just go and have fun with your friends and build memories like that. So, there's so many things now for like different types of games now. There's like RPG to like WoW style, and it's amazing how much it's grown and now how realistic it is.
It is. Yeah,
it is so realistic.
Are
I
very
literally
realistic.
saw like actual actors playing the game. So right, it was like, wow, graphics are insane now. So it's I love it. Gaming's always going to be around, and now they're combining with like turning Halo into a movie or like
Some of those have been better than others.
Yeah.
Now, real quick, I want to point out to you that it looks like Glaceon was the winner of the poll. So it looks like I will be turning Hercules into Ymir. So thank you for that. I will be doing that.
Awesome.
But the last thing I kind of want to bring up, and you brought up a very interesting point about like you can meet people with positivity or you can meet people with sarcasm to kind of help balance that out.
Yeah.
I personally have always found, as much as I try to bring positivity into games, I have spent quite a bit of time in my life playing first-person shooters. And I have oftentimes wanted to bring friends into those games because they are always more fun with friends. And for a while, I don't do this anymore, Chad, but for a while, I used to have a notebook. I had gotten it was a notebook that was a Death Note branded notebook.
Oh, I was just about to say
So
you had a death note.
it looked like a Death Note.
Oh no.
And whenever I would play and someone was kind of mean, kind of sexist, or any of those types of ists,
Being on the list.
I would write, because I played on Xbox at the time.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I would write their gamer tag in that book. And then at the end of the night, I would go and look at their gamer score, see which games they had most recently played.
Oh, dang.
And if they were games that I had, I would, because they would talk trash to the women that we played with or some of the other people that we played with. They would never talk trash to me. I don't know if it's because of the way my voice sounds or whatever, but I would get different comments. But what I would do is I would write that down, and because they didn't pay attention to the fact that I was with the people that they were just trash talking, they would accept my friend request. Call of Duty has this really interesting thing where you can join the lobby of a person, and it doesn't always put you on the same team. That was only a thing that happened kind of recently. So if they were playing COD, I would join their game until I was on the enemy team, and I would spend the rest of my night making their life miserable. And every time they would get a kill on me, COD has this thing called death voice. So whenever you die in COD, the next 2 seconds of your mic, they can hear. And it's meant to help you with call out. So like if I call out where the person is, it's meant to help you reposition. What most times you hear is people cursing about how they died. When they would kill me, I would whisper, "I see you." And my record for that was I followed one person who said something very misogynistic and then followed it up with something very racist. I followed him through 3 games and raffle stomped him in every game we played. Back in the kitchen after I no-scoped him in COD, he apologized, said he was having a bad day and he shouldn't have said that and that was wrong. And it's really weird that he did that. And if that person is watching now, they now know why that apology happened. Because it is very important for us as gamers to stick together.
Yes, and have good etiquette.
So if you're watching this and you're thinking about misbehaving, just know.
Watch out for him.
It may not be me. There may be some other
It might be me.
person. It may be Unicorn. It may be someone else who has more time and skill than you do. And they may make your life a little messy. So be kind to one another. Always. And those things won't happen. Unicorn, thank you so much for coming on and talking. I appreciate having you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Pokemon Regionals time. I will be there Sunday with my day job, so I can't talk much about that. But I'm really looking forward to it. It'll be the first time I've been to a regional. Yeah, me too. It's going to be great. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. I am too. I'm really looking forward to watching Top 8 because I'm for sure. I'm crazy for that. But we are going to sign off for the night. So if you've been here and you've been hanging out and you've been enjoying it, make sure that you follow the SOBA channel. Make sure you follow Unicorn because we will be doing more of these streams all throughout March. We are going to be having streams every Saturday, where we're going to be talking to women in gaming across a variety of different mediums, from tabletop to competitive FGC to game dev and some other things as well. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Until next time, I have been your host, AlchemistJoker, and as I often say when I leave for the night, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and keep those gloves up, chat. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you.